Hello, my name is Vasanta and welcome to another Vedic Astrology tutorial in Jagannatha Hora. This is a tutorial that you can also find useful if you're using any other software. I specifically use Jagannatha Hora because of the impact of the calculations. It's a very accurate program. In my opinion, it's the best astrology program out there. Today's video, we are going to be reviewing the Bhava Chalita Chart and how to get it. The Bhava Chalita is very helpful for us astrologers because it's going to tell us in what houses the grahas are actually going to have their effect. As you know, in the ascendant chart, we're going to have a map of the birth of the individual. And this is what we have over here. We have this map, and in this map we can see, in this case we've calculated a chart of Keanu Reeves with the day September 2nd, 1964 at 5:41 a.m. in Beirut, Lebanon. So we have that his Sun and Mercury are in his ascendant in Leo, and then we have a bunch of planets over here in the 11th house, aspecting his moon and conjunct his moon. Moon is conjunct Mars and Rahu in Gemini. So what we want to know is what is his Bhava Chalita, which is in what house are those planets actually going to be taking effect. So how we do that, in order to technically do it in Jagannatha Hora, we're going to click with both our fingers. If you're in a Mac, you can click on the trackpad. And if you're in your Windows computer, you can click on the secondary button of your mouse. And over here in the options, you're going to go Bhava Chalita Chakra, and you're going to say based on D1 and click OK. We have here the Bhava Chalita chart according to the ascendant. It may be that in your program what you're going to have is that here, instead of saying ascendant, it says moon. The program comes by default giving the Bhava Chalita according to moon, but we don't want to do that. We want it according to ascendant. So what we're going to do is, with our two fingers or secondary button, we're going to go back into that menu, and we're going to go to Bhava Chalita Chakra and go all the way down and choose reference used for Bhava Chalita Chakra. Here in this option, what we can do is we can choose, the default in Jagannatha Hora is going to come like this. And you can choose any of the other planets to calculate, the point of reference of the Bhava Chalita. But what we want to do, and what is very helpful for us in this case, is to do it from Lagna. So let's go ahead and do it from Lagna, and let's revise that is the Rashi or D1. You can do it with any of the divisional charts, but I find that this is actually the most powerful. And then say OK. So now we're going to notice that it's exactly the same chart. We have the Sun and Mercury in the ascendant in Leo. But what is going to change in this case is that you'll see that Mars, right here, he has gone. The Indians say when it's time to go, they say chalo, chalo. So Mars has gone to another bhav. Mars has gone to... In the Bhava Chalita chart, it's that Mars is giving its results in the 12th house. So literally, Bhava Chalita means where the planet has gone. The Bhav is the house, and where is the planet's energy going to fructify. Now, in order to rectify the chart and to make this as a rule that you must remember in Bhava Chalita, all the planets are going to be in the Rashi or in the sign that they are in Lagna. So here Mars was in Gemini originally. So Mars remains in Gemini or Mithun. It is not that it has moved Rashi. It is that it has moved house. So here what we can consider is that Venus is in Cancer, yes? Because original Venus was in Cancer in the 12th house. But here Mars has gone to the 12th house, but is still in Gemini. So what this basically means is that you're going to have the results of the planet discharged in the 12th bhav for Keanu Reeves. So even though all the planets are conjunct in Gemini, by the calculations of the houses, right? And the divisions of the houses that the Bhava Chalita accurately gives us, what we're going to have is that the planet Mars is going to move to the 12th house. So all the results of the planet Mars are going to be discharged in the 12th house, which is a very different house than the 11th. The 11th house gives us name, fame, friends, reputation, fashion, and unearned wealth, whereas the 12th house gives us renunciation and spirituality. So it's almost like here we can say that the results of Mars, which is the life force and the impulse for survival, we could almost say that Keanu Reeves is going to be like a spiritual warrior, because he does have Mars over there in the 12th house. So throughout his life, he's going to be endeavoring to liberate himself from suffering or like negative karma, and try to understand life and what it's all about. Now, in your own chart, if you make your own chart, you will see that maybe 1 or 2 planets change the houses that they're originally in over here in the regular chakra, in the regular Rashi, D1. And it can be very good for you to understand where the planet is actually taking effect. You will see that when some clients come to you, you will ask them certain questions or be casting a certain horoscope, and you're trying to ascertain where the energy of the planet goes. For example, in this case, the Sun and Mercury are in the 1st house. So you could say that most of the attention of Keanu Reeves goes into self-development, character, and that he invests a lot in his personality, and that he wants to develop self-esteem in this life. He's very focused on 1st house matters, right? And himself as a personality. And sometimes in the Bhava Chalita chart, what will happen is that, for example, the Sun may go to the 2nd house. So in this case, if that had happened, the Sun would be still in Leo, but the results would be in the 2nd house, which would ideally give Keanu more interest in making money than investing in himself. So the Bhava Chalita chart will give you the house in where the planet is actually discharging the energy. And this is a point of relief for many people, especially if you have houses in the 6th or 8th house. Because what happens is that sometimes the planet will move in the Bhava Chalita chart, and even though you have the planet in, say for example, if he had his moon over here in Pisces, sometimes in the Bhava Chalita chart it could move to Aries, or sometimes it could even go in Aquarius, but it would be discharged in a different house, still in Pisces, but in the case of Keanu, it could be that it moves into the 9th house. So discharging the energy of a planet in the 9th house is very different than discharging the energy of that planet in the 8th house. So for many of your clients, I do recommend that don't just look at the Navamsa. Always go ahead and look at the Bhava Chalita. So this chart adds an extra lens to your telescope and to your microscope when you're trying to see the future of the person, and it'll help you to see where the planet is behaving. So sometimes for people 2, 3, 4 planets change in the Bhava Chalita. In the case of Keanu Reeves, it's just only the Mars that goes to the 12th house, giving him an extreme impulse for spirituality. So like if you know his characters, he played Neo in the Matrix, so that has a certain amount of liberation and spirituality, philosophical understanding. All 12th house matters. He's like a subtle warrior, because actually he fights like in a subtle realm. Then if you've seen other movies of him, he made Constantine, so he's also fighting in another dimension. He did a movie about samurais, and he also went ahead and did like John Wick. So Mars is a very strong planet in his chart, but actually the way that Mars is behaving in him is that he's always trying to liberate himself from his past karma, and also he is trying to understand the transcendence of his role in life. So that's a house of moksha, or liberation. Because otherwise what happens if Mars was operating over here in the Bhava Chalita, the result in his movies is that you would see that he would become very famous for what he did. But that's not the purpose. The purpose that he plays always in his movies is not to become famous or renowned worldwide. The purpose of Keanu Reeves is always to try to find liberation from his past the karma that he created in the past. So we can see how very clearly this planet is discharging that type of karma over here in the 12th house. So if you have any questions, you can type them in the comments below. I would recommend go ahead and download Jagannatha Hora. If you don't know how to do that in your Mac, I have a video for that, and you can access it in my playlist in my channel. And go ahead and do your chart, and instead of looking at the Navamsa, try to bring out the Bhava Chalita chart from the ascendant, and you will certainly see that some planets really do change, and you will understand perfectly well why some of the energies in your life are being discharged in houses that are different than the ones that you normally see in the Rashi. Now, this may be very advanced for you if you're like a newcomer to Vedic astrology, but if you're already an intermediate level or a seasoned astrologer, this will definitely add a lot of value into the power of your readings. So for more examples, I will try to do other examples on Bhava Chalita later on this week with various examples so you can see the comparison. I'm going to try to take a few famous people so that we can learn together. I did this video just for the people in my Advanced Vedic Astrology course so that they could have access to it. If you're new to astrology and you want to learn, I have an introductory level astrology course. The links are in the description below. And I also have an advanced level astrology course where we learn divisional charts, the casting and forecasting of auspicious dates and future. So if you're interested in learning Vedic astrology, you can go ahead and click in the link below. It'll take you to my website, and then you can read about the courses that are available at the moment. The basic course is available. It's evergreen, so you can go at your own pace, and it's always available online. And the advanced course, I'm currently giving it live, so if you're interested in that experience, we're only 3 classes in, so you can come in and learn the advanced techniques. So from my side, this is all for this video. I hope you had a good time and that you learned something, and may this bring you fortune and auspiciousness, and also to your clients. So thank you. Jai Jagannath.